you to put the roller that way around, and you're going to sit on top of it. Okay? And sit on top of it so that your sitting bones are actually dropping forward over the front of the roller. All right? Make sure you haven't got the sitting bones behind you. They're just in the front of the roller. Then hold the roller with your hands and straighten one leg. And put the other leg over that leg. So you're just going to roll onto one buttock. Okay, so you're taking the weight right off the other buttock. And we're going to give our buttocks a little bit of a roll, a little bit of a massage. You're going to roll the roller up. So you're sliding forward, and you're going to roll the roller back until it hits the sitting bone again. And I want you just to find the tight spots all around that area. So you maybe want to roll a little bit further to one side and let the roller come higher. Or you want to maybe roll a little bit further towards the center. And just gently massage out all those tight parts that are getting especially tight at the moment, doing what we're doing. Maybe we're doing lots of gardening, lots of sitting in front of the computer, but just get that massaged out. Okay, now make sure you're holding your roller, and I want you to roll as if you're going to slide right off the roller, and you're going to roll onto your side slightly. Now the roller is on the sort of chunky part of my gluteal muscle, just up at the top of my hip, and I want you to do 3 rolls there. So you're not actually rolling off, you're not rolling right off, but you're going right up into the side of the glute, and you're massaging that side. And then you're going to bring yourself back to center. Your sit bone's still hanging over that side. And then you cross your leg over and you roll onto your side and just massage around the sit bones. All right, so you've got to find those, like little chicken nuggets, you've got to find those areas of tension. Might be that they're a little closer to the center. Try and relax your glute. It might be that they're a little bit further onto the side. And then allow your roller to roll higher. So my bottom's almost on the floor here. Roll slightly onto your side, so you're getting right up to the top of what we call the tension fascia lata. Very big tension in this area, and it's great to be able to massage it out. And it could be very uncomfortable. And then bring yourself back, and that's enough on that position. Right, we're going to turn the roller around now. Now, for anybody who's got knee issues, knee problems and pain under the knee, you'll definitely want to have a cushion or something underneath your one knee. And you can put it, or you may want to just put it on the roller and not actually have the kneecap touching the roller. So you can either, as I say, have a little bit of cushioning there. But I want you to put one foot on the roller, one leg on the roller, so that your kneecap is over the top of the roller. And then take your other foot forward into a lunging position. And as you can see, my toes tucked underneath me. And I'm keeping the roller still by pushing away with my heel. And I'm going to keep upright. And I'm going to do a lunge through this front leg. So the roller's not moving, I'm moving. I'm taking my knee forward. And as I do that, I should be stretching the thigh. And then I'm rocking back. So 3 rocks. Keep your body vertical. Lunge. And back. Just very small. Gather in the tummy, just so that you feel, you've got all that sort of Pilates thing and you're not collapsing your back. Glutes working. Great. Got it? Now bring your arms forward. Take a small lunge, not too big, and lift your arms up to the ceiling. Lift your gaze up to the ceiling and reach up and just send your shoulders back and arch your back slightly. And then bring your arms forward and let your leg come back to vertical, back leg. We're going to do 3 of those. Breathing in as we stretch our thighs. breathing out. Last one like that. So inhale and lunge and lift the arms, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Bring your arms forward and you're going to lower your hands towards the floor, straighten the front leg and keeping your back flat, lean forward over your leg into a big strong hamstring stretch. Hold that position, bend your knee and come up again. Just do that one more time. So you're pushing your sit bones back, flattening your back, leaning over that leg. Keep the chest up, hold, breathe, and then swap sides. Okay, so swapping over. Make sure your kneecap's not compressed. You want to be kneecap over the top, so you've just done that little dimple behind the kneecap. The further you take your front leg forward, obviously, the bigger this stretch is going to be. All right, so hips even, and then stretch, and back. Just for 3, making sure you're staying upright. So you're gliding forward. It's very tempting to lean your body forward in this position. And back. So the front leg, the front knee tracks forward, and then bring yourself back. If that was easy or that felt okay, bring your arms to shoulder height. Go into your lunge a little bit, but just lift your chest. So you're lifting your chest so your arms are coming up. Breathe in. Breathe out, bring the arms back to parallel. So this knee's barely moving. Breathe in, lift the chest, lift the gaze, and the arms come with you. In a little bit of an arch in your back. And lower your arms down. Do that one more time. Breathe in. Lift the gaze up, look back, look up to the ceiling. And then bring your arms to parallel. Reach for the floor, straighten the knee. Stick your bottom out. Lean forward into a hamstring stretch. Hold. And then bring yourself up. Let's do that one more time. Straightening your leg, leaning forward. Hold the stretch. You're going to drop this hip down, lean into it, stretch all the tissue around the top of your leg. Hold, and then bring your leg back. Good, now I've got to get out of that position. And we're going to turn the roller around now, so that it's lengthways. And you're going to sit, now this is all, that you've all got the same length roller, I think. It really doesn't give you a lot of space, so you've got to end up sitting right on the very end. Perch yourself right on the end. Okay, so we're going to stay, if you can set your device up now to be able to see this. I'm going to stay in this position for a while. Okay, so roll down. I want you to roll down onto your back. Okay, before you do that, sorry. Take your weights, put one on either side, and then roll down onto your back. Okay, if your head's not on the roller, you need to walk bottom down a little bit lower. And just stay there. Let your elbows drop. Take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, let your ribs drop into the roller. Feel that your back, your middle back, is really releasing into the roller. Just doing nothing. Just breathing in and breathing out. Feel the backs of your arms get very heavy, tailbone very heavy, head heavy, shoulders heavy and open. And then one more, breathe in and breathe out. So just keeping the body relaxed on the roller, float up one arm. Just bring it up so you're pointing your fingertips towards the ceiling. And then float up the other arm. Now one thing that you have to realize when you're using the roller is the thing that's keeping you stable are your legs, your feet. You want to imagine you've got suckers underneath the soles of your feet, sucking onto the mat and kind of pulling slightly towards your body. So you've got your heels pulling slightly towards you. And I want you to reach up with both hands. So reach towards the ceiling until your shoulder blades come up and away from the roller. And then lower them back down. Don't hurt your shoulders, but just do that 3 times. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel the shoulder blades sliding around the ribs and then sliding back. Last one. Breathe in, reach. Breathe out, drop. Okay, my hand closest to the screen is going to start to reach back behind me, and the other arm is going to start to lower down towards the floor. Allow your ribs to lift and allow your back to arch. Then pull your ribs down into your body, pull your back into the roller, and bring both arms back to the ceiling. And again, breathe in, swap arms. Let the ribs lift. Breathe out, bring the arms back. Okay, you can keep your arms wider if you've got shoulder issues, and you do not have to hit the floor with your arms. Right, both arms go back. Breathe in, let your ribs lift. Breathe out, pull your ribs down and bring both arms back up again. Let's do that one once again. Breathing in, let the ribs lift. Breathing out, let the ribs drop. Bring your arms down onto the floor. You're going to lift the arm closest to the screen for me. And as you reach back this time, slide your other leg out along the floor. Slide it out, and not only are your ribs lifting, but you're going to feel your hips stretching and your lower back coming away from the roller. You're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, pull your ribs down, pull your back into the roller, drag your leg and your arm back. Same side, 3 times. Breathing in, reach the leg out. Big inhale. Exhale, drag the heel back. If your mat comes with you, that's fine. Breathe in, reach out, go for that big stretch. Breathe out, drag your heel back and place it back down onto the mat. Other side. Breathing in, reach back, let your ribs lift. Pull your back into the roller, bring your leg and your arm back. Don't let your foot, if possible, don't let your foot lift off the ground. You're just softly sliding it out along the floor. When you reach your maximum range, breathe in. Let your ribs and your hips open. And then breathe out. Just gently bring the arm and the leg back and place your arms down on the floor. Now take a hold of your weights, and this is optional. The weight bit is optional. If you have shoulder problems, please miss out using weights. Okay, bring your arms up to the ceiling. I want you to bring your weights together so that you create a bent elbow and a little window that you're looking through. So the weights are probably just in line with the bottom of your breastbone. They're not too far back and they're not too low. Your shoulder blades are gently hugging the roller. And on a long inhale, keep the weights together, just reach your arms back. Now remember, you've got weights, you've got a kilo in your hands, you don't want to take them too low. Breathe out, pull your ribs down and bring them forward again. Let's do 3 of those. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, double arms, double the weight. Breathing out, bring the weights back. Keep your weight furthest away from the screen, absolutely still. Reach back with one arm, just try and keep that openness through the shoulder and this hugging of your shoulder blade into the roller. And then bring your arm back. Other side, breathing in. Do it slowly, don't let your arm drop. And pull it back, pull back through the armpit. 2 more, breathe in. Imagine you're sucking the top of your arm back into your armpit as you bring your arm forward. Breathe in, reach back. Breathe out, bring the arm back. Well done. Now bring your weights together so they're touching and your elbows are bent. I'm just going to demonstrate first of all. With your bent elbows, I want you to open the arms, keep the elbows bent, and allow your elbows to drop. Now your weights are still in the same position above your wrist until you get a stretch in your tops of your arms, and then you bring your arms back. Okay? So elbows are not too high, they're lower than your shoulders, you're looking forward, you're breathing in and opening the shape. Big inhale, exhale, pull your back into the roller, bring the arms back. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale to see if you can gain a little bit more range of movement. Whatever you do, don't straighten your arms. Inhale. And exhale. Remember the ribs pull down, the back's pushing into that roller. Last one. Inhale. My elbows are starting to drop a little lower now. Bring the arms back. Lower your weights down and just take your arms out, bending them a little bit so that you're in a T position. Be careful your arms aren't high. They're going to go a little lower than your shoulders. The weights are just, or the tins, whatever you've got, just resting on your palms with your fingers gently wrapped around them. Okay, so hopefully you can feel that you've got your forearms on the ground, your ribs are slightly pulled in. And then I just want you to lift your hands and the weights off the floor. So your elbows bend a little bit more. Okay, so they're slightly bent this time. Feel your back in the roller and not changing shape through those arms. I want you to lift the whole arm up, keeping it slightly bent. And then as you breathe in, take the whole shape down, making sure your elbow drops to the floor and not your hand. If your elbow doesn't drop to the floor, hover it above the floor. And up again. Keep that weight very lightly held. You don't want to drop a tin of beans on your tummy. Inhale as you open. Exhale to close. Inhale to open. And then exhale, scoop the arms up and just lower the weights down. And place your hands on top of the weights. So if you've got a tin, you want to be able to roll the tin forward. Right, pressing down into whatever you've got, I want you to nod your head forward, drop your chin, nod your head forward, and start to just push forward into the weights. Now, if you've got neck issues, you can miss this bit out. You can just push forward with the weights and not come up at all. Then roll back and bring your head down. And again, pushing the weights forward, push your shoulders down, roll your head and shoulders forward. Your lower back's pushing into the roller, your back's slightly tilted, imprinted, and then roll down and find that neutral spine again. So in other words, your lower back just pops slightly off the roller again. Do that one more time, breathing up, just nod the head forward, just getting a stretch in your upper back, reaching into the weights, push your fingertips forward, and then gently roll your spine down. Take a moment just to lift your arms up and back, just to stretch them out. And then place your hands one on either side of your roller. We're going to do a stretch now, and I'd like you to walk your feet wider apart. So they're as wide as your mat. Okay. Now I'm going to put my hand a little bit further away. I'm going to let both knees drop towards the screen, so they're going the same direction as I'm looking. And then I'm going to push with my hand, I'm going to roll the roller in the opposite direction, so the roller's rolling away from the screen. My knees have dropped, my hips are staying level, I'm stretching my back, and I'm rolling the roller back. Okay, so let's do that again, same side, just to make sure we get it right. So the knees drop to the side, the head looks in the same direction, And you push with that same arm to push the roller so that you're moving away from the screen. And you're getting a stretch in your ribs on one side. And then roll the roller back. Let's do 2 on the other side, or other direction. Turn your head to the other side. Let your knees drop to the same side as you're looking. Push the roller and feel the side of your ribs stretching. Keep your hips even, don't dip down over the roller. And then roll the roller back to center. So the roller's rolling underneath you. Let's do that again. So turning your head away from the screen, let the knees roll towards that side. Push the roller up, breathe into the ribs to stretch them. Breathe out, bring yourself back. Even yourself up. Bring your feet in so that they are hip distance apart. And place your hands down on the floor, not using your weights. And we're going to do a knee fold. So in other words, we're going to lift one leg. So feel you leaning into your roller, pressing down into your tail. You're going to fold up one leg, just into a right angle. Breathe out, pull the tummy down, and with control, lower your foot down so your toes come down first, then the ball, then the heel. Other side, breathing out. Fold up the other leg. Now the thing about doing something on this very, very narrow surface, lower your feet down, is you're going to start to notice differences in either side, much more pronouncedly. So that's when you lift up one leg. Feel how stable you feel on that other leg. Maybe you feel stable, maybe you don't feel so stable. And then how stable do you feel as you lower that foot down? Now compare it to the other side as you pull your tummy down and fold up the leg. Breathe in and lower the foot down. How stable do you feel? Do you feel you're going to roll off the roller, or is that absolutely stable? Now bring up one leg, and I'm bringing up the leg closest to the screen, and just stop when your knee is above your hip. Keep that side hand down and lift the other arm right up to the ceiling, pointing upwards, and keep your gaze ahead of you. So if possible, just check me on the screen occasionally, but try and look forward. Now you're going to reach back with your arm and reach away with your leg. Pulling your back into the roller, reach out with the toes. And then bend your knee and bring your fingertips to face the ceiling. So breathing out, reach out with your leg, lean your back into the roller, and the lower you take your leg, the harder this is going to be. So maybe don't take it too low. And bring your fingertips to point towards the ceiling. One more. Breathing out. Reach back with the arm. Reach away with the leg. Pull your ribs down, guys. Bring your leg back. Lower your hand down and lower your foot down. Right. Other side. Fold up the leg. Find your center. Press into the roller. Lift up the opposite arm. Make sure this standing leg isn't wiggling all over the place. Reach out with your leg, breathe out. Breathe in, bring it back. Breathe out, reach it up. Maybe take it a little bit lower this time and straighten your knee completely. And back. Last 2. Pull your ribs down. Last 1. Reach, and then bring your hand back down onto the floor, your foot back down onto the floor. Relax your ribs. Bring your feet in so that they're not pulled in too close to you, but you know that you are nice and stable. Adjust your position if you've slid a little bit, and we're going to do a bridge. So on an exhale, you're going to curl your tailbone underneath you. You're going to push your knees forward and just roll your hips up off the roller, pushing your knees forward, keeping them kind of narrow as you do that. And then roll your spine back down onto the roller, lengthen out through your tail, and relax onto the roller again. The next one, we're going to lift the arms. So you're going to roll up, speed it up a little bit, push your knees forward, don't come up too high, because your arms are going up and they're just going back in line with your ears. Don't drop them any further. And then you're going to attempt to pull each bone of your back into the roller, each vertebra. Try and push it into the roller before you release, and then bring your arms down. Let's do that again. Breathing out, you're giving your back a really strong massage. Curl the hips up. Breathe in, reach back with the arms just to level with your ears. Look forward, guys. Breathe out, roll the spine down, lengthen out through your tail. Push your arms down. Last one, roll up. Okay, keep your hips up. Reach your arms to the ceiling this time. Drop the backs of your shoulders. Now if it's too uncomfortable or you find that's too unbalanced, you can put your hands back down again. All I want you to do now is peel your left heel off the floor, keeping the ball of your foot down. Press it back down again. Then the right heel. Your hips are not moving anywhere. They're not going up and down. And again, alternate your heels. Lifting and lowering. Now speed it up, and I want you to do 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop both heels. Roll your spine all the way down and rest on your tailbone. Link your hands together. Slide them in behind the back of your head. Draw your ribs down, lean into your roller and curl yourself forward in and out, curl again. So you're supporting your head this time, your shoulder blades have dropped, and you're rolling your head and shoulders back down again. And again, breathe out, curl forward, lower your lower back into the roller, your feet are down on the ground, and roll back down. Let's go forward one more time, holding that position. Nice deep curl. So imagine you're going to try and roll yourself up to sitting. You're going to take one arm forward. Now, everybody remember, we're going to do hundreds. Just remember you can keep one hand behind your head. And then the other arm forward, and I want you to curl forward and try and get your shoulder blades off the roller. Look at your tummy and breathing in and out. And in. And out, and in, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold, that's just 50, but roll yourself down, bring your head down, and take a rest by reaching back with your arms. Then if you want to make it a little bit harder, you can add the weights, and this is optional, by the way, you do not have to use the weights. As you breathe out, once again, lower your arms or keep one hand behind your head and just pump with one arm. Curl forward, and we're doing 50. Breathing in and out. In, out, in, out. Keep tucking your tail underneath you, and last 10. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the curl, see if you can curl forward a little bit more. Lower yourself down, lower your weights down. Lift your arms up, go for a nice long stretch back. Reach, big breath, and circle the arms back. Lovely. Make sure your weights are out of the way now. Place one hand, and make it the hand closest to the screen so you can see. Place it on the mat, on the floor. So it's about a foot or 18 inches away from your body. Put your other hand behind your head and grasp the back of the head. So really hold the back of the head and keep it still. So you've got a really good support for your head. I want you to curl up, and we're going to do an oblique movement. And this time think of your elbow of that lifted shoulder coming up towards the ceiling, and then just twist over so that you're looking towards your hand and give a little push with your hand so the roller moves a little bit to one side and then roll your spine down. Alright, just remember you're not coming up very high. You're coming up, you're on the back of the ribs and the shoulder blades. As you breathe in, you're rotating, you're lifting that elbow, this one up towards the ceiling. You're rolling back. 2 more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Nobody let your pelvis move or your knees move. This is your rib cage and your oblique muscles working. Beautiful. Lift yourself up and across. And then roll yourself all the way down. Okay? I'm going to stay on facing in this direction. You'll be able to see what happens on the other side. So putting your hand away furthest from the screen, about 18 inches away from you, below shoulder level. Breathe out, curl forward. Now, lifting your elbow up, grasping the back of your neck. Rotate and just push so the roller moves a little bit further towards the screen and you're lifting up. And then rolling back. 3 more. So forward, up, and across. Keep that elbow reaching towards the ceiling. And roll back down. Last 2. Curl forward, lift the elbow, come up and across. Roll back down. Bring your head down. Last 1. Curl forward and rotate across, roll back, bring your head down, rest it on the roller, take your arms up and back and go for a stretch again, and then bring your hands back behind your head, and this is the last one. We're doing the internal obliques now, so these are going to be the big muscles that come across from the front of your ribs to your opposite hip. A very nasty little exercise. So we're going to curl forward. Now I'm going to take the hand furthest from the screen and I'm going to put it just on the inside of my thigh. And as I breathe out, I'm going to try and slide those fingertips up towards my knee. So I lift about 2 inches and I'm going to drop back, or maybe 2 millimeters. So breathe out, lift, breathe in, drop, exhale up, inhale back, 3 more, exhale, inhale, really blow the air out, last 1, roll back, drop your head, lift your arms, reach back, that's very warming, that exercise. Link your hands, bring them behind your head. Curl forward to do the other side. Put your hand on the inner thigh, fingertips reaching. And as you breathe out, see if you can squeeze up, drop back. Make sure your hips don't shift. And back. And 4. And 3. Can you get a little higher? And 2. And last 1, and roll back, and just take your arms, reach them back behind you. Stretch, 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 stretch. Circle the arms around, take a hold of your weights. Okay, the last abdominal one is very simple. We're just using the weights for ballast. So we're going to put them together. You put 1 weight in each hand. Lift your arms up to the ceiling and take your feet further away from you. So I'm just inching my feet out. As I breathe out, I'm lowering the weights towards my lap and I'm curling forward to try and get my shoulder blades right off the roller. And then I'm going to roll down, bring the arms back. Just want you to do 6 of those. So you're breathing out and let the weights bring you forward. See if you can come up a little bit higher. Okay, so what I want you to do is by number 6, see if you can actually roll up into sitting. So that's what you're aiming for. Reach those arms forward, stretch. And back. Make sure you're not shifting on that roller. And we're in number 5 now. Walk the feet a little bit further away if you want to. It'll help you. And number 6, lower your weights, curl forward, push the weights forward, come all the way up, and I'm not looking at you, but you can try, and then see if you can roll all the way down onto your roller very slowly, and place your weights on one side. Great, well done. Take the roller out from underneath you. Just lie on the floor. Take a moment just to lie. Let your weight just settle into the floor. Right, now, hard work's over. You're going to turn the roller around now. So I'll demonstrate first of all. I want you to have it that way around. You're going to have I'm going to have probably the bottom of your shoulder blades against the roller, and then just roll it a little bit further forward so it's sort of in line with the bottom of your armpits. You don't want to have it too far back because otherwise it shoots out and away from you. I'd like you to take your hands, link them and put them behind your head. So if you watch for a second, don't do anything yet. Open your elbows. And then you're going to roll. You're going to roll towards one side, keeping your hips as they are. Just twisting, rolling across that very tight fascia across your back. Okay, not attempting to use a lot of muscle. You're just rotating. You're just twisting your spine, going across to the side. Okay. So that is the basic movement, and then we're going to add a little bit of extension. So I'm going to roll to one side. I'm going to arch my back slightly as I roll to center, keep it slightly arched, bring it back to the other side and flex forward. Okay? So let's just do the roll to side first of all. So if you find the position for your roller, pop your hands behind your head again. Your bottom's on the ground, by the way. All right, not too low, not too high, so that it ends up just underneath the armpit. Right, slightly flex forward. You're going to just twist, rotate. Don't squash anything very, very uncomfortable. And then rotate across, keeping the flexion to the other side, just twisting. So we're really giving our spine some nice healthy movement. Let's do that one more time. So rotate and back and just twist to the other side and forward. Okay, so now we're going to do exactly the same thing, and we're going to start to lean back a little bit. And then roll it, so you're in a bit of extension, across to the other side. Find that position and then curve forward again and center yourself. All right, let's do that again. You're flexed slightly forward. Make it small. If you're finding this tricky, miss it out or make it very small. So you're rotating. You're going to do like a little half circle as you let your back arch slightly, rolling to the other shoulder blade, across that side, and then just flex forward slightly. Excellent. Find your center now, and this time you're going to hover your bum off the ground. You're going to lift your hips up and just hover your bottom off the ground. Remember, your eyes are looking forward. You're not trying to arch your back at this point. And you're simply going to roll the roller up and down your back. Not too low, don't take it any lower than the bottom of your ribs because you do not want it on your kidneys. And then just massage. Very simple, couldn't be simpler. Just giving yourself a pummel across those tight back fascia. Do that one more time. Okay, now just find your sort of central position and see if you can arch your back slightly. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't like arching your back, Just miss this out. But otherwise, just let your head and shoulders drop a little bit, making sure you're holding your head. And then see if at the same time you can lower your bottom either onto the floor or towards the floor. Allowing your ribs to lift so you get a lovely big stretch for your diaphragm, and you're going to breathe in. And then from there, bring your head and shoulders forward. If you've got your bottom on the ground, keep it there. Otherwise, hover it off again. Lower your bottom and let your shoulders open. Let your elbows drop out a little bit. Just take a big breath in. And exhale, gently curl yourself forward. All right, so once again, take the roller away. Lower your back onto the floor. Just let it adjust. There's a lot of adjustment that's going on in the tissue in your back. You might already start to feel that you're a bit flatter than you were a few minutes ago. And then when you're ready, you are going to put the roller once again underneath your hips. So if you want to watch, I'm going to lift my hips up and I'm going to put the roller underneath the bony part of my pelvis. So you haven't got it under your kidneys again. Your tail is hanging over the far side, so away from you. And you're supported with your hips even, and you're just resting with your feet on the floor. And it may feel that now your ribs are shot up in the air. They want a little cushion under the back of your head. We're just going to stay like that for a second. Going to take a big breath in, feel the ribs lift. Breathe out, drop the ribs. Feel them drop down. Now, at this point, I'd like you to feel that your sit bones, your sitting bones, are slightly narrowing. In other words, you haven't just collapsed into the roller. Your gluteal muscles are starting to work. Your sitting bones are slightly narrowing, and so are your legs. Your inner thighs are sort of squeezing towards one another, and your knees are pushing away from you. Can you make sure you've got your roller straight and even, so you could have one hand on either end. Keep squeezing your knees away from you and feeling your thighs stretch until you're pushing your knees so far away that you start to feel almost that you're going to come up off the roller. You very probably are not. Roller will probably be there, but I want you just to feel that you've got a lot of work going on in the back of your legs. And then gently allow your tailbone to drop down. Okay, so once again, first thing is you pull your ribs down, feel your legs narrowing, feel that work going on as you push your knees away. This is all isometric work. You're not actually doing very much. You're just feeling the muscles working, and as if you'd have to hold this position as if you're levitating slightly off the roller. Just get a sense of your glutes absolutely screaming, holding you up there. And then allow your weight to drop down onto the roller. Okay? So all the way through the exercise we're going to do now, don't let your back just collapse into the roller. Have a sense of your sit bones drawing slightly together, holding you in a good strong position. Because you're going to lift both legs up to the ceiling. And I want you to push both heels away from you. And your legs are at a right angle. Don't have them too close. Have them reaching up vertically towards the ceiling. Just push out with the heels until you feel the backs of your legs stretching. Your tailbone is sort of hanging over the end of the roller. Then take your feet into a soft point. You don't want to cramp. And start to pull one leg towards you. So the one leg's coming towards you, and lower the other leg away from you, not too far. And we're going into scissors. And switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring your legs up. Right, we're going to do the bicycle now. So you want to bring your leg towards you. Let's start with one leg. Bend that knee, dive it down, and off you go with the other leg. So reach and reach. Try and tap the floor if you can with your foot. Don't get it caught up underneath you, but just reach. Draw your ribs down. Use the tummy. Last two. Last one. And lift your legs up to the ceiling. Okay, so we're going to reverse that now. You're going to bend your knee and reach out with that leg and flick it back up. And the same with the other leg. So reach and reach. So bring your leg up straight this time as opposed to bent. Flick it up, flick it up, flick it up. 2. And bring your legs up to the ceiling. Push out with your heels again, so you really stretch your feet. And then a soft point with the toes. And you're going to circle your legs. And we're going to do double leg circles. So we're going to take the legs out. Keep your tail pushing away from you. So don't pull your tail towards you. And circle them down and up. And reach. And back. And pull in the tummy, reach up. This is quite strong. Just remember, very strong in fact. You don't want your back to move. You want your glutes to squeeze and your sit bones to pull together as you bring your legs back. And then reverse, straight legs down. Reach, and back, and down, and circle, and down. And circle. Last one. Down with the legs. Circle them up. Bend one knee, probably the one closest to you, and bring it in. Reach the other foot along the floor. I'm still holding my roller with the other hand. Drop it down onto the floor. If you can, if you feel brave enough, bring both arms, hands behind your this leg. Make sure the foot tries to stay on the floor. With a big exhale, draw that knee in towards you and draw your ribs down and feel the psoas stretching. The thigh is stretching, the opposite thigh. So breathe out. Just hold that position. And I want you to breathe in and out for about 3 breaths. Try and relax the foot on the floor. Maybe your leg can relax out of the socket a little bit more. And then swap sides. So hold the roller if you need to. Put your foot down. Draw your ribs down. Slide your leg out. See if you can keep the foot down. Just draw your knee in towards you a little bit more. Try and open the hip. Breathe. Very involved with your breathing, this muscle. The more you can let your ribs drop, the better the stretch is going to be. The more likely it will be that you'll actually manage to let go the tension in the hip. We all hold tension in our thighs, especially at the moment. One more breath. Give the foot a little wiggle maybe. And then bring your leg back. Put your other foot down on the floor. And once again, take your roller out and let your back drop down into the floor. Okay, let that adjustment happen. Just let the tailbone drop. You might feel even flatter and heavier in your back now. Just breathe. And then gently you're going to roll onto one side and bring yourself up. Right, so the next one we're going to come into a kneeling position again. Alright, so if you need pads under your knees, please put them under. Otherwise, start off with your hands kind of wide on that roller. Your knees just hip distance apart. And your fingers, you know, the one nice thing about the roller, if you've got anything hurting in your wrists, you haven't got quite such an acute angle. So press down into the roller and then gently curl up into a cat stretch. So as you round your back, just tuck your tailbone underneath you and then send your tailbone out, keeping the roller in position. Let's do 3 of those. So breathing out, just curl. Breathing in, reach back. Breathing out, curl. Reach back. Send your sit bones out this time. And at the same time, sitting backwards, roll the roller forwards. Keep rolling it forward until you find your back is reaching into a long stretch. Now, use your abdominals. Curl, round your back and bring the roller back in underneath you. Keep your head looking down. Roll it away. Articulate your spine. Your bottom can drop back. Reach, stretch, lift your head, everybody. Feel that massage along the underside of your arms. Roll your spine all the way back up again. Last one. Reach out. Really work on trying to keep the arms wide and stretching in between the shoulders and just below the shoulder blades. So you're not completely collapsing, but you are really lengthening out through your upper body. And then roll back up again. Right, take the roller, put it side closest to the screen that way around. You're going to put your hands on the floor and you're going to take the hand furthest from the screen and put the back of your hand on the roller. So it's going underneath your other arm. Right? Turn the fingertips of your standing hand a little bit towards the center, so you're inwardly rotating them a bit. Okay, I'll demonstrate this to start with. You're going to thread the needle. You're going to roll the roller away from you and you're going to end up looking underneath your arm. That's it. And then roll it back. Alright, so if I do it facing you, put the roller here, I'm going to take that arm, and I'm going to roll the roller away. Breathing, and rolling the roller back. Okay, so do that one more time in that direction. So roll the roller away. Let your other elbow bend a little bit, but just lean your body into the roller. Press into the roller. Feel that you've got a little bit more pressure than normal. And then bring your roller back. Okay. Then we're going to change position. You've got the roller in the same, and it's going to be on the same side. You're going to have your hands like that, but you're going to put the roller at an angle. Okay, so it's slightly on a diagonal. Then you're going to take the same hand and you're going to put it in a chopping position on top of the roller, as if you're trying to sort of saw that roller in half. Alright, so you put it here. And then roll the roller away from you, sitting backwards towards your heels. So we're doing exactly as we did earlier on, but we're really stretching out the shoulder this time. And then we're bringing it back. So all that area that we've been working earlier on, underneath our shoulder blades, we're reaching and we're trying to stretch this time. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Now keep your eyes on your roller. Don't drop them to the floor, and just lean into that stretch and then bring your roller back. Alright, so you're going to swap sides now, and I'm just going to turn around so you can see me. Same thing on the other side. Hand down, back of your hand on the roller, knees square. Roll the roller away from you, putting a little bit of pressure into it so that your spine is rotating. And roll back. So please breathe when you're doing that. Breathe in. And breathe out. And again, inhale. And exhale. Good. Place that roller at an angle. Stay that roller. Okay, same hand down. Chopping bending position in your hand. So my palm, my thumbs up, my little fingers in the roller. And then roll the roller away, bending this elbow as you lean back. Really stretch out that shoulder. And back. Now the more of an angle you put the roller, the stronger the stretch. So if you want it a little less strong, you can put it on a less of an angle. But you're trying to stretch underneath your armpit and sit backwards, guys. And then bring yourself back. Last one. Stretch. Whoa. Bring yourself back. Good. And then just give your shoulders a little bit of a roll. Roll out. Okay, now on our tummies, I'll demonstrate this to start with. We're going to do some little swans, very small swans. So you want the roller, and if your shoulders aren't great, you know, to lift your arms up this high, just have your hands on the floor. You can slide your hands along the floor. Okay, so your hands are resting on the width of the roller. So put them on one end of either end of the roller, so you don't have them narrow. Then you just lift your head and your neck. And without doing anything else, just see if you can roll your roller away until your shoulders creep right up to your ears. And then shrug your shoulders down with straight arms, bring the roller back. There are no bending of the elbows, it's a real strength out, reach, and then suck the arms back into the armpits. So what's actually happening is your shoulder blades are sliding up your ribs, and it's as if you're reaching for a very high book on the bookshelf. You're trying to reach, and then as you grab the book, your shoulder blades are just drawing back and your shoulders drop. Very simple. Do that one more time, reaching out, and then drawing them back. Good. Now pat your roller in a little bit. And rest your elbows on the floor and your palms on the roller. Your head's still lifted, by the way. Your legs reach back. And then draw your shoulders down and just think of your breastbone coming forward towards the roller as you just peek over the top of it. Just thinking of your elbows staying down if possible. You're peeking over the top of your roller. Shoulders down, and then you drop back and you're peeking at the mat. So once again, draw your shoulders down, pushing your breastbone forward. Keep the bottom of your ribs on the floor, don't lift them up. Look over the top of the roller. The elbows should stay down. That's activating your serratus anterior. And then down, which is underneath your shoulder blades. Let's do that one more time. Up, hold. Now, using your back muscles, I want to see if you can just lift your elbows up and roll the roller up. No movement through your body. Then hold the position with your body, bend your elbows back, drop your elbows down, and release the tension. Okay, give yourself a little wiggle. See if you can do that again. So the elbows stay down, push your breastbone forward. You're coming up as high as you can without using your arms. Then you hover your elbows off, light roll with your roller, very light, as if you're rolling a piece of pastry. Bend your elbows, drop them down, let your head and shoulders drop down. Okay, so like everything in Pilates, it's going to get a little bit harder. So we're going to keep the elbows down, lift the chest, lift the head, look, peek over the top, gauge the tummy, lift the elbows, reach the arms out. Don't let your shoulders lift, drag your shoulder blades down, push into your roller and start to come up into your swan. So engage the tummy. Please don't do this if it's too hard. Lift the tummy, lift the ribs. Roll the roller away and release down. Okay, so once again, drop your elbows, lift your head, lift your chest, look over the top of the roller, roll the roller out. Suck your shoulders down, roll the roller towards you, just come up to where you can, legs pushing into the floor, hold that position. Now we're going to go straight down and straight up again, So reach away, don't collapse down. And just see if you can pull the roller towards you as you come up, using your shoulders. Roll the roller out as you go forward. And then just roll the roller towards you and sit back against your heels, bottom backwards towards your heels. And I'd like you to put your forehead on the roller, just rest. Wiggle your hips so you've got a nice support. Head on your hands. And take a few lovely long breaths in. So you get and out as well. So breathe in. And breathe out. And again, inhale. And exhale. Wiggle the hips, just release any tension. It's very pulverized, your back. It's been massaged umpteen times now. And then get ready to curl your tailbone underneath you. Keep your roller where it is. Try not to let it move. And bring yourself up into a standing position. We're going to roll down, we're going to put our hands on the roller. So take a breath in, and as you exhale, nod your head forward. Roll down, put your hands onto the roller, and roll it forward a little bit. And as you do that, drop your sit bones down and go down into a deep squat. Reach forward. Roll the roller back. Lift your hips, lift your back. And again, reach out, send the sit bones back, drop your tail. Reach. And push into your feet and straighten. Good, last one. Reach, just drop your hips, look forward if you can. And then bring the roller towards you. Leave it alone, roll your spine all the way up into standing position. Drop your shoulders, lift the head. Drop your shoulders down. Take a deep breath. Breathe out, let your shoulders drop back.